Hello everyone! Today we're going to be looking at 8 ways you can cheat in Stardew Valley right now. It's been a long time since the game had an update, so these might give you something new to play with while we patiently wait for the multiplayer update. The beauty of these tricks is they simply exploit parts of the existing game, so you don't need to add anything extra. No mods required. If any of these don't work on certain consoles, let me know right away and I'll pin a comment down below stating which tricks do not work on which consoles. Alright, enough of the boring stuff, let's get started. The first trick we're going to talk about gives you infinite health and energy, so yeah, that's pretty helpful. For those of you that want to try your hand at mega crops, or just want to make ridiculous progress in the mines, this trick's for you. This trick is interesting because if you use the tools and are moving, you will not regenerate health and energy, but as soon as you stop, they top themselves right back up. And the observant out there among you might have noticed I'm currently swimming in the land, and that is exactly how this trick works. Instead of you having to go to the spa to restore your energy, the spa just follows you around. We're constantly swimming in the spa no matter where we are. Let's talk about what gives us the ability to swim through the land. Obviously, you need to have the spa open. Then, it's really just as simple as placing a single fence post right here. Obviously, you need to bring a fence post with you, don't forget that. Then, for whatever reason, as you jump into the pool, you run into the fence post, and as you go to swim away, you're still swimming in the land. Not sure why this one works, but take advantage of it before it gets patched. Then from here on out, the sky's the limit. As long as you're swimming and holding still, health and energy both regenerate. You'll never run out, even when you wake up the next day. Still swimming, still enjoying life. Obviously, the applications of this one are pretty huge. You can do whatever you want all day long without concern. But you're probably wondering how I put the fence post in the bathhouse in the first place, because normally when you enter here, you're not allowed to use any tools, any items at all. Well, that brings us to our second trick. And this is one you've probably seen me use quite a few times if you've seen any number of my videos. Of course, I'm talking about the map escape trick. Basically, all you do is stand near the entrance or exit of an area, use a tool or weapon, preferably the galaxy sword because it's the fastest, and just swing it. Notice how I'm moving incrementally with every swing? Well, just keep doing that until you're well off the screen. Once you're sure that you're way out of the way, you can actually navigate all the way around the outside of the map and sometimes back into the map depending on what kind of things are in your way. Now you might be wondering if this actually has any application beyond the infinite health and energy we just discussed. Well, it actually does. It can give you access to some of the best fishing spots in the game, even on your very first day with the fishing rod. The fishing in this game actually works by the farther out you are, the better quality fish you catch. So if I was to fish out here, even with my basic fishing skill and fishing rod, I'll catch a ton of gold quality fish and get a ton of experience and money on top of that. Plus it saves you the pressure of having to get that perfect far cast every single time. And you always thought those bubbles were unreachable. However, I would like to point out that the bubbles aren't always your best choice of fish. If you can cast farther out than the bubbles, do it. Bubbles tend to give you silver quality fish. If you're fishing way out here by the birds, you'll almost always catch gold quality. And if you're really adventurous, you can actually find some parts of the game that weren't actually implemented in the end. This one is actually north of the bathhouse. If you work your way all the way around, there's an exit on the path that was unused in the game. This is what it looks like. On occasion, you can see some pretty neat stuff in the sky. Just be careful when you're leaving some of these areas, you might find yourself stuck, so do it on days when you haven't done anything productive anyway, because you're probably going to need to restart. And you can use it to sneak into the girls' locker room to finally see what they're hiding in here. Next, our trick at lucky number 3 is one that's definitely a little more simple, though still really helpful when you first start a new farm, particularly in the spring. And that, of course, is the spring onion trick. What this trick does is gives you always gold quality spring onions. Now this obviously isn't the most amazing super duper trick in existence, but still very helpful. I actually really like this one, very easy to do. One thing you are going to need, however, is a gold quality spring onion, so the first one you ever find, hold on to it. After that, all you need to do is make your backpack look something like this. Fill up every single spot, have the one gold quality spring onion in your backpack somewhere, don't have any other quality spring onions in your possession. Then when you go to pick one up, it'll tell you inventory full. Well, keep trying to pick it up. Eventually, it will spawn as a gold quality spring onion and you'll pick it up. Now I'm up to 3. Now I'm up to 4. Basically, how this one works is if you only have room for a gold quality spring onion, only a gold quality will spawn into your backpack. It'll tell you it's full as it tries to spawn the other types. As soon as the gold one pops, boom, it's yours. Now I've tried this for other things. I've tried it with crops. I've tried it with everything. This is the only place I've seemed to make it work. If anyone finds any other applications for this trick, do let me know. Like I said, this one isn't the most amazing, but the difference between a regular spring onion and a gold quality is a difference of 10 energy and 4 health each. Also, some people really like them as gifts, and the higher the quality, the more they like it. I know it's enabling Linus. If you're feeding him, you're not teaching him to feed himself. But whatever, he'll give you good gifts down the road if you make friends with him. In a game like this with a seemingly endless number of different things to do on any given day, you've probably always wanted more time. Well, this next trick, coming in at number 4, will give you just that, all the time you could ever want. And it's all thanks to your magical journal. How this one works is as long as your journal is open, time freezes. So if you want to cast your rod, open your journal. Time is now frozen while you're waiting for a fish to bite. Fish will still bite while it's open. As soon as they do, you simply click like you normally would. It will close the journal, you'll hook your fish, you'll catch it. Time will be moving slightly at this point. Not a big deal. Cast again, do the same thing. Open your journal, make sure you have a journal quest always. Now time is frozen again. Simply wait for the next fish to bite. You can catch a ridiculous number of fish in a day like this, almost to the point where it breaks the game. If you combine this with some of the tricks already mentioned, you can do pretty well for yourself. You could stand way out deep in the ocean on day 2, catch basically an infinite number of fish because you also have infinite energy. This one, your magical journal, does have another use too. We all know that at 2 AM you pass out. So as soon as it hits 2 AM and your character starts to pass out, open that journal and it resets your energy. So then you're back walking around again. But be careful, as soon as this hits 2:10, the same thing's going to happen. You're going to need to reopen your journal. But you can keep this going basically forever. You want to have an unlimited day? Go ahead and do it. Unfortunately, you do have to hit the journal every 10 minutes, but that's not the end of the world. A lot of times people will just use this if they're out too late in the mines or Skull Cavern, and they just want to hit that next elevator or checkpoint. Well, this gets them there, and you can still make it back to bed on time without any repercussions for the next day. This one is actually one of the more popular tricks. I'm sure a lot of you already know it, but I'm just including all the tricks in this video just because I can, and just to give you a nice easy source for all of them. So now especially, combine all the tricks you've seen so far and do amazing things with your game. No mods required. Do the things you never thought were possible. Be warned though, staying up too late can have different effects. It seems like sometimes it takes your energy away as if you passed out, sometimes it doesn't. Haven't really got a handle on why it does this or not yet, so just be aware if you're going to do it, you might be losing energy anyway. This next trick is probably actually my favorite. It might actually be the most useful, but it behaves a little bit differently from the rest of them. Now, if you haven't seen this trick before, you're probably wondering why my name and farm name look like this. Well, that's because those are item ID numbers. And there's actually an exploit in Stardew Valley where if you name things after item numbers, it will give you those items every time someone says their name. So if I was to start a farm right now, I would get the corresponding items to these numbers as soon as I start the game. Anytime someone says my farm name, I get these 2 items. Anytime someone says my name, I get these 3 items. Item number 107, by the way, is a dinosaur egg, the rarest and most amazing artifact of all. Now obviously this trick is great for those of you struggling to complete the community center or just want some of those extra items for money. Whatever you want to do with this trick, any item you want in the game, it's yours. All you gotta do is name something after it. Easy. Do be sure to actually watch the intro though if you want those items at the beginning of the game. Now if you really want to go overboard with this trick, what you can do is talk to Gus. Usually on the first day and for most other days, he will say your name again and again and again. Which means that whatever items you're inputting, he's just going to keep giving them to you. I get 2 coconuts, 2 elvish jewelry, and 2 dinosaur eggs every single time I talk to him, and I can just repeat this process as many times as I want until I run out of time in the day. But don't worry, if you think you have to start a new file to make this trick work, you can incorporate this into any of your farms. You can name your kids item numbers, give them some actual use for once. But if you're like me and hate children, there's an easier option. You can of course buy animals and name them item numbers. Obviously, the cheaper animals are better to do this with, so if you have a barn, use dairy cows. If you have a coop, use chickens. I don't have a coop, I'm too lazy to make one, so we're going to get a dairy cow. These animals are a one-time use, so you're only going to get the items once, so you're going to have to get multiple animals if you want multiple items. That gave me a dwarf scroll 4 and a spirit torch. So obviously if there's a whole bunch of items I needed or wanted, maybe to finish the museum or the community center, I would name the animals those item numbers, get the items, go up, sell the animals, repeat the process until I had everything I wanted. I will of course in the description include a link to a beautiful list of all the item numbers. That way you guys just click the link, you want to find out what items you need, go look it up on the list. It's very easy because I know every third comment in the comment section is going to be, do you have an item list? Well, it's already there. I've mentioned it 3 times now, so if you leave a comment asking for that, you're a moron. At number 6 on the list, we're going to go ahead and cheat the casino. This one was brought to my attention actually quite recently. I had no idea it existed until a few short weeks ago. For this, you are going to have to unlock the casino. You cannot sneak in here. There's no other way to do it. Unlock the casino. If you don't know how to do that, look it up on YouTube. There's a wonderful guide for it somewhere on there. Now, to be fair, this isn't really much of a trick, it's more of an exploit, it's just a pattern. The casino seems to always work in a pattern, at least for PC. I haven't really confirmed this on consoles yet, I haven't heard anyone complain that it doesn't work, but basically all you need to do to win at the casino is simply keep betting until you win. Once you do, you bet one more time, that's going to be a loss. Then after that, you bet big because this one is almost always a win. See, I'm not a liar. It wasn't a huge win, but it works. So at this point, I'm simply going to keep betting 10 again until I get another win. Then it's going to be a loss and then a win again. Now I know this isn't the most amazing or incredible of tricks, but I just like the gambling. I don't know why. Plus one day I will hit the big win, either the diamonds or the star drops, and at that point I'll be a very happy camper. And we got boring parsnips, but you guys get the point. You want some key coins? Use that trick. Then you can treat yourself to a useless painting, a top hat, that's kind of cool. In the new update, horses can wear hats. Is that a coincidence? I don't know. Probably most importantly, you can get a rare crow here. Obviously, if you want to complete everything, that's one of the 8 rare crows you're going to need. That does cost 10,000. This next trick, number 7, my favorite number, is one of the lesser known tricks in existence, but it is still very useful, and I'm surprised more people don't know about this and don't utilize it. You see on your screen 10 crystallariums, plus pigs and truffles, but crystallariums are the focus here. Let's go ahead and fill all of these with quartz because quartz is quick and easy, just the way I like it. One day later, they're all ready to go. They've all produced their quartz, they're ready to start going as soon as I harvest them. But we're not going to do it the normal way. What we are going to do is take this one single diamond and try and place it in each of the crystallariums as we go. You see what happened there? It's now replaced the quartz with a diamond. If I take that diamond and put it in the next crystallarium, well, that one turns into a diamond too. We lose the quartz, but now those 2 crystallariums are producing diamonds every day. This trick basically duplicates gems. Do it with whatever gems you want. It only works with things that go in crystallariums, so artifacts are out of the question. It won't do prismatic shards. No, all you gotta do is sit back and wait. Just collect them whenever they're done. If you want to change them to something else, change them to something else. It's that easy. Now our final trick, coming in at number 8, involves marriage, and that should come easy to me because I'm a diamond farmer. Who wouldn't want to marry a diamond farmer? Now once you've determined your spouse of choice and got them all the way to 8 hearts, we'll go with Maru because she's still single. You of course need to unlock their final 2 hearts. And the way you do that is by giving them a bouquet of flowers from Pierre's. For this trick, you're going to want to buy multiple. They do cost 200 gold, so if you can't afford them, spawn them into existence using the trick I mentioned prior. Now the way this one works simply is your first bouquet of flowers tells them you want to get more serious. This moves you in the direction of marriage. But turns out for some reason you can give them unlimited bouquets. It's a never-ending gift, so you can bring them from 8 hearts all the way up to 10 hearts instantly in one day. And before you know it, they'll be hopelessly in love with you. Now to go a little further with this, if you want to fully commit and actually marry someone, you can do the trick again. You can give them endless bouquets of flowers. Because once they're married, they can actually go all the way up to 12 hearts. Apparently there is an invisible 13th heart there too, so you want to keep your spouse very happy. But the best way to do that is just give them flowers. Because once they hit that 13th heart, they'll actually give you a star drop, which is very, very important. It gives you extra energy. So just keep doing this until they give it to you, and then you can ignore them for the rest of their life. Or you can even divorce them at that point. The choice is yours. Whatever the case, the bouquet of flowers is great for marriage. Alright, well let me know if there's any tricks that I missed. I'm sure there's a bunch more out there that I just don't know about, or maybe that I just forgot about. Also, like I said, let me know if some of these don't work on certain consoles. I'll pin a comment in the comments below, that way you guys can look to see if there's any that aren't going to work for you. Other than that, I hope you like this one. Thank you all for watching.